跟我在这儿吧。啊，刚好认识，刚认识。
手机在哪呢？还想一想。
你们可以的。
让他拿吧。这么个小包还不好办。不用麻烦了，你收起来吧。哎，咱们别再添乱了，这弄东西我都客气了啊，开了。
对。少的呢？到最高点。
欢迎乘坐上海磁浮列车。本次列车前方到路线龙岩路站，正是浦东国际机场，线路长约30公里。在行车过程中，请注意保管自己的贵重物品，祝您乘车愉快。Dear passengers, welcome to take Shanghai Maglev train. The destination is Longyang Road Station. Shanghai Maglev demonstration line begins at Longyang Road Station in the west and ends at Pudong International Airport in the east. Total length is 30 kilometers. Please keep your bag closed during the train operation. 马上就要到达龙阳路站，请大家做好下车准备，谢谢您的配合。
А что делает? А это Макдональдс по-шанхайски. И, видимо, еще какой-то фастфуд. Миниатюра под названием «Прибытие поезда». Я боюсь, меня сшибет, если вдруг будет прибытие поезда. Что?
乘客们，乘坐上海磁浮列车，本次列车前方到达东国际机场站。上海磁浮列车示范于临线西起地铁2号线龙阳路站，入至东国际机场，线路长约30公里。在行车过程中，请注意保管自己的贵重物品，祝您乘车愉快。Dear passengers, welcome to take Shanghai Maglev train. The destination is Pudong International Airport Station. Shanghai Maglev demonstration programs at Yanvare Station and ends at Pudong International Airport. The turbulence is soon taken later. Please keep your valuables during the train operation. Wish you a good journey.
저거 지나고 나서 그때 문제.
Филиппинский самолет. Филиппинский.
Или какая большая птица.
Филиппины.
was a poor man. His name was Sarao. He was a poor man who was a driver of the horse carriage that we call carretela, because there were not a lot of cars during that time. So the best way to travel was by horse, the carriage horse. We call that people. But then in the latter part, he was able to save money. The jeeps of the Americans were phased out. In 1950s, he came up with an idea to make it longer, elongate the jeep, and then what do you call this? He made money. It wasn't enough. The seats were not enough, so he decided to make it longer. In 1958, he launched it. That's the jeepneys. Top of the machine, that represents him. But unfortunately, in 1970s, he had a competitor. He had a competitor that made jeepneys also. So his business was going down. There's so many manufacturers of jeepneys today. It's sad to say Sarao died of heart attack, and his family is taking care of the jeepney. Is also trying to take out the jeepneys today because there's so much, thousands of jeepneys everywhere. In Metro Manila, all you have to do is just wave your hand if you're going to. There's no stopping anywhere. Stopping anywhere is boarding, loading and unloading. Okay? And then you pay the jeepney driver by telling your seatmate, a stranger that you don't know, can you please pass? These are so much in the Philippines. It is one of the problems of the Philippines. So they're trying to lessen the jeepneys. We are now at the walled city of Manila. This is the old Manila. The walled city is called Intramuros by the Spaniards. Okay? Intra is the Latin word for within. Muros means walls. In all government buildings at that time with the Spaniards, no Filipinos, no Chinese were allowed to be here. And at that time with the Spaniards, the Chinese had to be Christianized. If you have to be Christianized, you have to cut. It should be made of stone, while above should be made of wood, because the Philippines is prone to calamities like earthquake, storm, and so on. So it's durable, it's more stable that way. Okay, and the other houses are, well, most of them, the design inside are coming from Great Britain. Their interior design and reform. Okay, let's take a look. Here is the seat of Archdiocese. It is beautiful from the outside, but San Agustin Church is still more beautiful inside. There's a wedding, I think, going on right now, but there's a mass going on. Now, the Philippines, by the way, since we have 92 million Filipinos, 83% of our population are Roman Catholics. Okay, we still carry a lot of cultures coming from the Spaniards. Okay, we believe in so many saints. We have so many festivals, and festivals are normally done on January, the month of January. You travel around the Philippines, in the Visayas especially, you see those beautiful beaches that Eddie had placed in his board. Okay. They don't like war. They like happy things. Okay. Why do you think my last boyfriend, my Australian boyfriend, we only dated for 3 days. The first day he was laughing and laughing, but the second day I was talking more of history, and then he was already frowning. Okay. The third day he gave me a gift. It was a package. So when I got home, I opened the package. It was a Scotch tape. To tape my mouth. Of course, I'm just joking. I'm just making you guys laugh. Anyway, let's have a very nice. Yes, and then let me get to know the lady in. Yes, ma'am. Yes, where are you from, Mike? From England. Oh. I love that accent. I love that accent. Anyway, okay, I don't know why the British actually left also the Philippines in 1764. They ruled Manila for 2 years only. After that, they gave us back to the... After what, Pepe? They still forgot to close the gun. Okay, so here we are. This is Makati. So, what is the population of Makati alone? 100,000. Daytime, 2 million, which means 1.5 million cars come in. Everything. This is the area that you cannot see jeepneys just stop anywhere. Okay, there's loading and unloading areas here, but still no time. Okay, because as you notice, it says loading and unloading anytime. Okay, so they're very strict here. We have so many one-way traffic in this area. Today is Tuesday. We just celebrated our New Year. We just celebrated our National Heroes Day, Jose Rizal. Are you familiar with Jose Rizal, ma'am? Probably will tell your children, let's go out, watch up the sky with all the fireworks, right? Here in the Philippines, it's both, okay? Let's go out, watch the firecrackers or the fireworks up in the sky. And especially the fireworks on the floor. Because this is what they make, what we call this a triangle, and it's powderized. All you have to do is just light it up and just throw it in the streets. That's the Filipino New Year's Eve, with so much people they end up in the hospital. The Comelec walked out. Slowly, people went against Marcos. Even the military, until the time the military gave up, they went on the side of Ninoy Aquino's side. Then when the military went on their side, that's when Marcos decided to step down, okay? The one by the Filipinos. So she became the first female president of the Philippines. Although, even during her term, there were still people that went or opposed her, okay? The ambitious politicians that wanted to take over. President Corazon C. Aquino followed Manila. They did not want to go back to their country. They found so many beautiful Filipinas. So they started staying around and intermarried with the locals. That's why we have so many Indians in the country. They all know how to do business with the Filipinos. Their business is the money lending, okay? Pirated DVDs. Yes, it's true. They sell DVDs, the pirated. Well, that's another problem here in the country. The pirated things, okay? And speaking about cell phone, the Philippines is the biggest users of cell phones. How many cell phones do I have? 1. Two. Because, you know why? Because we have 4 cell sites here, okay? We have Globe, we have Smart, we have Sun Cellular, and we have, what's the other one? Red ba yun?
The armor should always be down. Avoid standing on the opposite motion and absolutely smoking on the bus, please. This is the island of Torredo and Cold Street Island. We just landed here on the north. This is the north. This is the Army. So right now we will have our lunch break here at the Torredo Hotel. After lunch, we will enter the town located here at the neck of the island.
Alright, please put down your armrests, everybody. Are we all hungry? Yeah, not yet. That's what we're going to do now. We're going to have lunch, okay? Iced tea, 1 soda in can, your choice of soda, or Coca-Cola, what I mean, okay? Or Sprite, Royal, and then it's a free flow of coffee. If in case you need to have beer, if I'm not not mistaken. Okay, the rates here. Did Carlos explain how much is the dollar rate? Did he tell you? It's 62, 50, no, 42 here, and the euro is 62 here. Okay. Now this is the hotel that accepts cards, accepts dollars, accepts euros. But in others, the Tagalog word for mix. Okay, so we normally mix everything all together. All right, so this time we're going to begin our tour at the island of Corridor. Let's take a look at the map right here. Okay, here's the map of Corregidor. It's shaped like a tadpole, but it's right here at the north side. The north side is known to be the army side. There were two sides for the military. The north side is army, the left side belongs to the navy. We will begin our tour right here at the bottom side, tail side, and then after the Malinta Tunnel, we will proceed at the middle side, top side. Okay. Now the difference between middle side, top side. When you say middle side, this is where the enlisted men were located. When you say top side, that is where the top-ranking officers were all located. The Americans began their fortifications here in 1902 with US dollars. This one, that's a lot of money, yes. Because remember when the Philippines was ceded to the US from Spain, the US paid Spain 20 million US dollars. So you compare this with the Philippines. This is even more expensive. 150 million US dollars, okay? This is where General Dog, and in Australia, that's where he officially said, I came through and I shall return. Of course, his return to the Philippines, the island hopping, was helped by the Australian code breakers, and they were called the largest, the greatest war battle in history. That is Bataan Peninsula over there. Like I said, that's 2.5 miles away. That structures that you see are the oil refinery that they call Total. Now, would you like to take pictures here with Gregory Peck? No? Huh? Did you see one? You saw one already? Okay. Good for you. I like that. This is Malinta. Because there are thousands of the Philippine macaque monkeys. But you know, monkeys have their own kingdom, okay? There's one here, one in the area. They normally find entrance of the Malinta Tunnel. The Malinta Tunnel is the biggest bomb-proof shelter. It is the most intensive construction of the Americans. It had 54 laterals and sub-laterals. Caballo is a Spanish word for the horse. This was fortified by the Americans. It was called Fort Hughes. That one had 17 guns, okay? It was a part of Corregidor, but when this volcano erupted many centuries ago, it separated Caballo. You are in a crater of a volcano. This is now considered as inactive volcano, okay? Mount Pinatubo was an inactive volcano.
Okay.
Okay? So I don't want to reactivate this volcano.
Right now.
Okay. Now you notice a smaller island far, straight ahead, a little to the right. You notice a small island, a little to the right. Carabao built during the Napoleon time. This one, the Americans constructed this one as 1900s. It used to be an ugly island, but the Americans chopped this island intentionally to look like a battleship. This is known as the impregnable battleship called Fort Drum. Okay? Yeah, Fort Drum. You're looking at the fourth floor. Okay? So it's down to the water line. If you look straight ahead from the fort, actually he's supposed to be considered the third, even the second, because in our history, the first one is Emilio Aguinaldo. He proclaimed himself during the time when the Americans came in the picture, okay? And then the second one is Manuel Quezon. The Americans gave us a Commonwealth government. So he was the president. When he died, he took over. But that was in 1944. So we were under Japanese rule. The Japanese wanted to give us known as our puppet president. His name was Jose Pilabel. The man on top over there is the Filipino guerrilla. All of the guerrilla warfares were under the umbrella of General Douglas MacArthur. You may notice that he looks like a farmer. Well, that is the trademark of a guerrilla. Look like a farmer so that the Japanese will never know who you are. Okay? That's the biggest headache of the Japanese. Let's go. Now, that road over there, lead them the national treasury. Silver coins could not feed the submarines anymore, so they decided to dump all the coins of the bay. 23 million pesos, okay? According to one man who has been here for 50 years, there are 17% of those coins still there. People in this island pretend to be sweeping, but they're all collecting the coins. American coins, when you flip it, it's Philippine.
Дом.
North entrance. Later on, you'll pass by this and you'll feel air, okay? But nevertheless, if the Malinta had a capacity of 8,000, that grew to 15,000 people. It's going to pass the main lateral, okay? This does not exist anymore. Normally, tourists normally walk all this laterals because they're all connected to each other. This one is slowly caving in, and no one is allowed to know the Classica anymore. Okay? A portion of this gate remains original, the upper portion.
Regarde celui qui va rendre le mieux. Tu fais l'un, tu fais l'autre. C'est deux réglages différents, très proches l'un de l'autre.
These are the monkeys that you can feed. No, they run away. They're the wild monkeys. Okay? Wild monkeys. There was a time when these people here would hit monkeys. But you know what the monkeys do here? Because they're wild? They don't approach people. They don't like people. But when the bus is empty, that's when they go inside the bus. Sometimes they even pretend to be a tour guide. All right. I was distracted by it. No, that's okay. I thought I was looking at him. maximum on double decks. And you're looking at the back side of this. Fronting this was another Filipino community, okay? So this was meant for the American enlisted men. Of course, we had barracks for the Philippine Scouts. Did you know, remember I said the Philippine Scouts were a part of the U.S. Army? Okay? Philippine Scouts, Philippine Army was not part of the U.S. Army, okay? But the Philippine Scouts were. They get their pension from the U.S. Government. But they had a distinguished thing. You will know if one was a Philippine Scout during the time. They had a trademark, their nails. Their nails were kind of long and thick, okay? All of them had that.
So I had to register my credit card. Yeah, so that's all right. So when we go to the airport,
I'll take a picture of you on one of these, Dad. Hindi mainit po kasi.
Ayun kasi, yun yun.
This building is what cost the American government. That was
Which is amazing. You can find it everywhere. And I think she would be interested with that kind of tree.